Welcome, everyone, to our graduating class of Tuf Shin Pei. Before we begin the official program, I wanted to just start by acknowledging the presence of Rabbi Palgan, Rabbi Bauman, our administration, Rabbi G. Grossman, and of course the teachers of our graduates, Rabbi Arel, Mrs. Shuker, and of course the boys' lifeline in school, Mrs. Tamir. This graduation has been worked on not only by the administration of the elementary school and the rebbeim and teachers. It's actually a cumulative effort of multiple divisions. We work together with a lot of planning. We spend hours on Zoom meetings and actually coming to the campus, trying to figure out the best way to set up and have a live graduation for our incredible graduates. So I wanted to thank the other divisions, the middle school and high school divisions, who really helped with so many hours of planning and work. Graduation also could not have come about without the efforts of a number of other people. Rabbi Roth, Isaac, and his crew taking care of the physical plant, not only for today's event, but for our entire year. Our IT team, under the leadership of Avram Eliezer Friedman, have not only carried a huge load of the distance learning that we've been experiencing over the last number of months, but also have been very involved with the logistics of our graduation. We thank you so much. And of course, Mr. Chata, with his professional style, has been an absolute pleasure to work with. Throughout our years in school, throughout this year, and certainly during the last few months of these unprecedented, unusual times, the yeshiva has benefited from strong leadership. Rabbi Bauman has, with his experience, wisdom, and strength, led us through thick and thin, keeping a constant focus on the needs of our students and how we can best service them. It is a privilege and honor to call upon Rabbi Bauman to address the boys on this very special occasion.
Welcome, Mazel Tov, everyone. Thank you, Rabbi Grossman. Rabbi Grossman left out one person in the thank yous, and it was Rabbi Grossman, through his dedication, his love for the boys. He persevered against all the naysayers. I have to admit, I was one of them. But he carried on, and he made sure that we would have such a magnificent opportunity to come together and to celebrate with everyone here. That honk was for you, Rabbi Grossman. I wanted to take this opportunity to be able to share a thought with our graduates. Of course, everything that's happened in the last few months, that seems to be what's on our mind. But there's so much more. There's so much more of the efforts and the accomplishments that you've had, whether you've been here for a year, or 3, or 5, or 8 in Toras Emes. But we can take a lesson from the events of the past few months and our reactions to them. And in life, there are always disappointments. There are situations that come up that we don't expect. We feel that we become held back from things that we otherwise would want to do. We may be short in something. We may feel we don't have something. Hashem maybe dealt us a deck of cards that we wish we had somebody else's smarts, somebody else's looks, somebody else's money. Whatever it might be, every person has something that they feel a little bit perhaps, that they were deprived. And this event of this pandemic has made everybody feel like, oh, we're missing something, there's something lacking. But I'd like to share with you a chazal and a story that will show you how we have nothing to feel bad about and how we have everything to be thankful to HaKadosh Baruch Hu for whatever he does for us. The story of Yaakov Avinu's passing and his burial in Eretz Yisrael, the Medrash tells us that when the sons of Yaakov and the whole entourage approached Hebron, approached the Maras HaMachpelah in order to bury Yaakov, Esav showed up. Esav showed up and staked the claim that he was the one who should be buried in the Maras HaMachpelah, because he was the firstborn. And they got involved in a whole machlokas, a whole discussion back and forth. Was he right? Was he wrong? And the brother said, wait, we have proof. We have proof that you sold the birthright to our father. So Esav said, show me the proof. So they didn't have the proof with them. And they got involved, and they figured out, okay, we'll send Naphtali back to Mitzrayim, and he'll get it. And it was a whole back and forth and a whole situation. There was one person there. His name was Chushim ben Dun. He was a grandson. And he's trying to figure out what's going on here. You see, Chushim, as you probably learned, was hard of hearing. He was deaf. He couldn't hear. He didn't know what all the back and forth was. And he said, what's going on here? And they explained to him, we're trying to proceed, and Esav is in the way. He said, what? Esav is in the way? It's a terrible bizayon for our grandfather, the incredible tzaddik Yaakov Avinu. And he took care of Esav. He took care of Esav, and that was the end of Esav. He was able to do what needed to be done, not despite the fact that he was hard of hearing, but it was because he was hard of hearing. He had a handicap. He had a disability. And it was precisely that allowed him to be successful. And now let me share with you a story. The story is about a young American boy. When he became, 18 years old, he loved Eretz Yisrael very much. And he decided he was going to join the Israeli army. And he went by himself to Eretz Yisrael, became what is known as a lone soldier, Chayal Boded. And he was in the army for just a few weeks. And he was in a very, very terrible battle. And he was injured. And he lost his right arm. And there he was in the hospital, he was all alone. He was so depressed, he was so upset, he couldn't get himself to do anything. And people tried to motivate him, try this, try that, maybe you'll get out of your depression, you'll start feeling better, you'll start feeling more like the great person that you once were, and nobody was very successful. And then somebody came up with an idea that sounded completely outrageous. So why don't you take up karate? Karate? I only have one arm. Try it anyway. He went, he got himself a coach, and he started trying to do something with karate. And you know what? He was pretty good. He was doing pretty well. And as time went on, the coach said, you know what, I'm going to enter you in a tournament. He said, I can't be in a tournament. He said, trust me. And he went into the tournament, and he won his first match. And then he got into the quarterfinals. And then he got into the semifinals. And he won the semifinals. He was now in the final tournament with the champion. Before that match, his coach told him, I want you to do a particular maneuver in karate, and I can assure you, you're going to win. So he didn't believe it, but he trusted his coach. He got him that far. And he went into this final tournament. didn't have much of a chance against the champion. And he was going in the back and forth, and then he tried that maneuver, and it was successful. And he won the match. He became the new champion. It was unbelievable. Everybody was cheering, and he felt so good, and he was a new person, and his world, his life had turned around. And when the whole hubbub quieted down, he went over to the coach, and he thanked the coach. He said, "But I have one question. How did you know that if I did that maneuver that I would win?" And listen to what the coach told him. The coach said that for that maneuver, there's only one defense that your opponent could have taken. That was to grab your right arm. You don't have a right arm. So he could not come back. He could not defeat you. It was precisely because he lacked that right arm that he became the champion. And the message for the graduates, for all of us, there are things that we think we are missing, and therefore we give up. And we say, it's out of my hands. This is what happened to me. This is my situation. I'm stuck here. I can't do this. I don't have this. I don't have that. Hashem can make it. That is precisely the thing that you're missing that can make you into the champion that you all have the potential to be. So my bracha to you is, don't ever let something outside of yourself cause you to give up or to feel you can't do something. Because many times it's exactly the thing that you are missing that will make you into a champion. Mazel tov.
Thank you so much, Rabbi Bauman. The next part of our program is going to feature our graduates themselves. Our boys have grown so much during their time here in Toras Emes, and we're about to hear reflections, their own reflections of their experiences during their time here. The videos were pre-recorded and sent, and it would not have been possible for us to see it right now without the superhuman effort and tremendous expertise of Rabbi Schiff, who pulled his magic yet again and put together these presentations for us. Again, these are their original thoughts. We are so proud to share with you our graduating class of 2020. I invite the staff members who are here to turn their chairs around and look at the video screens as the presentations begin.
I am happy I went to KES because I had so many great moments with my class, like when we all did a siyum together. This was a special because it was hard finishing a parak in Gemara and Chumash. I will miss KES because the teachers are very special. Rabbi Errol and Mrs. Shuker made my education into a whole new level and helped me be ready for 6th grade. Thank you for everyone for helping me and each other, and I wish you all will be healthy and well. Thanks to all my teachers, including Rabbi Errol and Morris Sarah.
I don't miss KES because we are all one big family. A few teachers that have made a difference in my life are Rabbi Alkabetz, Rabbi Errol, Mrs. Shuker, Mrs. Scott, and Mrs. Waldman. They were strict, which taught me how to be self-sufficient, but they taught me in a fun way that can be focused and made me feel special. KES is special because I've made friends in kindergarten that are still my friends today. I hope those friends will be my friends forever. First, I want to thank my mom and my dad, who always care for me whenever I'm in a bad mood. I know I can count on them. I also like to thank my grandparents who are supportive and caring for me and surprising me with gifts. Lastly, I'd like to thank my Doda Brianna and my Dod Baruch, who always are so nice to me. They love me and care for me. I love you all. Thank you for being who you are. I really appreciate it.
My name is Mordechai Baruch. I would like to talk about how much I appreciate and I will miss KES. My family and I moved from New York to Florida this year. I attended a different yeshiva throughout my whole life. Coming into a new school was a little scary, not knowing if I would make new friends or not. One of the most difficult and challenging parts attending KES was learning Gemara. I was so excited to get my own Gemara and to start learning from it. When we learn Gemara with Rabbi Errol, he teaches us how to read it by singing different tunes and understanding if it's a question or an answer, a statement or a proof. Thank you, Rabbi. Now I am ready to go to the next level. I also would like to thank Mrs. Schuker for putting a lot of time and effort into all that she teaches us so we can do our best. I really appreciate all you do for us. Thank you. I would also like to thank our Menahalim and all the KES faculty for the great job you do to keep our school outstanding. I really appreciate all you do for us. Thank you. And for all my classmates, I wish you lots of hatzlacha in all you do, and we should all grow in our mitzvah and Torah learning. Thank you. See you next year.
I have had many meaningful memories in KES. Before that, I thought were extra meaningful to me were receiving my Siddur Chumash snacks and receiving my Gemara. The reason that I thought those were extra meaningful to me was that they were all different points in my life that I climbed up another rung on the ladder of a Torah life. I'm happy I went to KES because of all the great memories. One moment that I remember was at the end of 4th grade when school was over. The 5th graders were having a big party to celebrate finishing elementary school. I remember thinking, hey, next year I'll be in that position. I'm very thankful to everybody that was involved and everything that went on when I was in KES. I'm especially thankful to my teachers, Rabbi Reuben, Mrs. Lavmet, Rabbi Grossman, Ms. Solkius, now Mrs. Kredenis, Rabbi Schiff, Mrs. Glatz, Rabbi Alkabis, Rabbi Kamenska, Rabbi Adel, and Mrs. Schuker. I'd also like to thank my parents who guided me through this path of Torah and mitzvahs.
I'm so glad I went to KES because I feel like I've grown so much. This year, I have learned to act more mature. KES is a great school because I've learned many important skills. One area I really improved in was translating Pesukim. I have not yet mastered it, but with the help of my Rebbeim, I will continue to grow and improve. I would like to thank a few people. Thank you, Rabbi Errol, for helping me get better in Chumash. Thank you, Mrs. Schuker, for preparing us for RMS. Thank you, Rabbi Alkabas, for making learning fun. Lastly, thank you to my family for supporting me and helping me grow in the ways of the Torah.
In the school are so nice because when I got here from Chile, I didn't know a word of English. Everyone wanted to make me feel included, and they really tried hard. I really appreciate those kids. I love the school because the teachers are always taking care of us. So one time we tried to give back a little by making a surprise birthday party for Rabbi Kamensky. I thought that nobody would want to do it, but it turned out that everyone wanted to join, and everyone got something. It was great. First of all, I thank Hashem for letting me come to this very special moment. I thank my parents for supporting me and encouraging me more to be a better person. I really want to give a special thank you to my Rebbeim and teachers. Also, I thank my friends for always being there for me and always making me laugh. I really miss you guys in these very hard times. And now, B'ezrat Hashem, prepare for landing at Roar Middle School.
KES is a great school because you can really grow here. This year, I feel like I grew in Chumash, Mishnah, and Gemara. Last year, I didn't know Gemara. I just started learning Mishnah, and I only finished one parsha. This year, I finished about 4 parshios. I started learning Gemara, and I know Mishnah better. I think KES is also special because of all the meaningful experiences I've had. One of them was my 8th birthday. Everyone went outside and my teacher got a cake. It made me feel so special. Finally, I am very grateful to all my Rebbeim and teachers for these amazing years. Thank you for educating me so I'm now able to graduate into middle school.
I am happy that I went to KES because I had so many fun and exciting times. One specific memory that I have with my class was when we were all working together to learn Mishnahs before we were going to have the auction for all the amazing prizes. Another reason why I really like KES is because not only are there a lot of fun times, but there are also a lot of meaningful times. One of those examples is the walkathon because it is a big opportunity to be part of such a big Tidoka event. Another meaningful memory I have is when we all received our own Gemara and we each had our own short speech about why we were excited. I want to thank my parents for bringing me to this amazing yeshiva and I repay my teachers for helping me reach this point through all the years. I also want to thank Mrs. Tamir for working so hard and making sure that we feel very comfortable in school at all times.
KES is a great school because you can really grow here. I grew in so many areas in here, and this year especially in Gemara and Ali. I will miss KES a lot because the teachers and Rebbeim here are very special. I would like to take this moment to thank Hashem for bringing me here. I would also like to thank Rabbi Aro who introduced me to Gemara. One major lesson I learned from here is that in order to learn you have to work hard. I would like to thank all the teachers who helped me grow through the years, especially Rabbi Alkovich for teaching me Mishnayos. I would like to thank Mrs. Shuker for teaching me so much, and also a big thank you to all my teachers, friends, and family for helping me reach this point.
KES is a great school because the teachers are so great, fun, and interesting. I appreciate Rabbi Errol who helped me grow in the studies of Torah, Mishnah, and Gemara and helped me accomplish the mitzvah to study Torah every day. I also appreciate Mrs. Shuker who has helped me prepare for middle school and taught me many important things. I would like to thank Rabbi Errol and Mrs. Shuker for everything they have done for me. I also would like to thank Mrs. Sokol for helping me out in every secular class, explaining things I didn't understand.
I'm glad I went to KES because they taught me so much. The most complicated thing was Gemara, which was difficult when you started. Now I feel I know it very well, and I feel good. I also miss KES because of my memories, especially my memories of our class Siyam on Parsha Shemos. Also, we had a scene at Rabbi Errol's house recently, which was great. Thanks to all my Rebbeim teachers who helped me reach this important milestone.
Our school is special because teachers are special. A teacher who made a big difference in my life is Ms. Shuker because she is strict and nice in my opinion. I will miss this school because I had such good moments. One special moment that I had with my class is when we set up a birthday party for Ms. Shuker and the whole room was filled with surprises. I'm so glad I went to KES because if not for KES, I would not be what I am today. I want to thank the teachers for helping me grow, my classmates for caring, and my family for supporting me. Thank you.
Dear rabbis and teachers, KES is a very special school because of all the great memories. A meaningful memory from elementary school was the first day I walked into the classroom on my first year in school. I will miss the special moments in our school. One special moment that I experienced with my class was the day we received our Gemaras. From the bottom of my heart, thank you to all the teachers who helped me through everything. If it weren't for all of you, I would not be here at this point. Thank you to all the teachers that helped me get to this point in life, and I hope to see you all next year. Thank you and have a great night.
KES is a great school because of the great teachers and Rabbeim. The teachers that made a big difference in my life are Rabbi Alkabez and Rabbi Al. When I first entered Torah Semis in 4th grade, Rabbi Alkabez really made me a good student. He always looked out for me, inside and outside the classroom. Rabbi Al made me the learner I am today. He was always helping me grow in my homework. Thank you to all my teachers who helped me in so many ways. The warmth and care you have shown me is immeasurable. I will never forget my wonderful experience here at Torah Semis.
I will miss KES because you really learn to succeed at difficult things here. One very difficult thing I learned to do in elementary school was long division. At first it was really hard for me because I felt that it was too hard to remember every one of the steps. I felt like I was going to completely fail the math test because of the long division. Now that I mastered it, I feel very confident with it and it is easy for me. KES is a great school because of the excellent teachers and Rebbeim. One Rebbe who made a big difference for me was Rabbi Schiff because he made me realize that learning could be really fun. Thank you to all my teachers for everything you have done for me and how you helped me reach middle school.
I'll miss RSMS because it is a fun and educational school. A teacher who made a big impact on me is Rabbi Errol for teaching us a lot of Torah and at the same time making it fun. Something I learned to do is stand up for myself. I would like to give a special thank you to all my Rebbeim and teachers for doing everything with this month.
I'll miss KES because of all the memories I had. One special memory is from the day I joined the school. Everybody was very nice to me and they included me in all of the sports. Another thing I will miss are the memories together. One example is the second and unfortunately last walkathon I will be participating in. It was very fun with all my friends. I want to thank my teachers and my parents for motivating me every day, and I just want to thank everybody else who helped me get where I am today. Thank you.
I'm going to miss KES because of all the great teachers. One teacher I wanted to mention is Rabbi Errol for helping me learn Chumash. In KES, we worked hard and learned many skills. The most difficult thing I learned this year was Chumash. Sometimes I felt annoyed when I was working on it, but now I feel that it's easy. Thank you to all of my teachers for helping me. Thank you, Rabbi El, for helping me learn Chumash, and thank you, Mrs. Shukers, for helping me learn math.
I will miss this school because all of the great teachers. Mrs. Shuker made a big difference in my life because now I know 5th grade stuff like poetry. KES is a school where you have many special moments. I experienced a special moment with my class when we reviewed our Gemara, Chumash, and Mishnahs together. It is such a meaningful memory that we reviewed our Torah so we remember it. Thank you everyone who helped me reach this goal, especially my mom.
I'm very lucky to have had the chance to go to KES because it changed me. The most meaningful time I ever had with my class was my first day of 1st grade because it was the start to a whole new step in my life. Now, I would like to thank my amazing teachers, Mrs. Shuker and Mrs. Sokol. Additionally, I want to thank Rabbi Errol for not only being an amazing rabbi, but for also being the first person to ever teach me Gemara. Finally, Ms. Tamir. When I said KES changed me, Ms. Tamir was the spark, the tzotz. Without her, I would not be the same. From giving me ice packs to giving me a late note, she was always there for me. Thank you, KES, thank you all the staff, and thank you, Hashem.
I'm happy I went to KES because you learn tough things. One thing that I have not yet fully mastered in school this year is learning how to speak Hebrew, which I think will be very useful in the future. I think I have almost mastered it and I am proud of myself. I will miss KES because the teachers are very special. One teacher that made a big difference in my life was Rabbi Errol because he explains every word in depth and detail. I really comprehend this too. I think that is very special and it really made a big difference in my life and in the lives of others. I would like to thank everyone in this school for everything you do and for helping me be who I am today. I'm really going to miss KES.
But not yet, Rabbi. Let's have another really big round of applause for the graduating class of Tuf Shin Pei. Who would have thought a traffic jam could sound so sweet? If you would have told me a few months ago that I'd be standing here at our carpool line for graduation, addressing a whole class worth of cars, I'm not really sure what I would have thought. After thinking about it, I realized that I think there can be an incredible lesson from having our graduation on the carpool line. You see, carpool is a very simple thing that you just have to do to get to school. Your parents need to come with you in the car and bring you to school. We don't really think about it very much. It just kind of happens. And it's true. It just happens. But it takes time. It takes effort. And it happens because your parents take time every single day to make it happen. You're graduating 5th grade right now. That means you went through preschool, you went through elementary school, you've been through 7, 8 years of school. Every day you needed to come. Every day you needed to leave. Let's say each time your parents drove carpool, it took about a half hour. I know that's being generous, but let's say it took about a half hour. It's a half hour in the morning, half hour in the afternoon, every day. Yes, maybe they took turns. Maybe it was part of a carpool. They didn't have to do every single day. But it amounts to hundreds of hours every year. And over the many years, thousands of hours. If they didn't do carpool, they sent you on a bus. That amounted to thousands of dollars. This is one tiny piece of what your parents have done to help bring you to this moment. And if we really start thinking beyond carpool, we've got lunches and dinners and homework and everything else that they do every single day. And what about everything that they buy you? On Pesach, one of the most famous songs at the Seder night is the Dayenu. We thank Hashem for so many things that He did for us during Yetzias Mitzrayim. And we discuss each one. Taking us out of Mitzrayim, punishing our enemies, giving us wealth, giving us the Torah, giving us Shabbos, taking us to Eretz Yisrael. And the question is asked. It's a beautiful song. We love singing it. But why is this necessary? I have a much faster way of doing this. We could just say, Hashem, thank you for everything. That's it. It's much simpler. Thank you for everything. The answer is because we need to stop and appreciate each piece. When we left Mitzrayim, there was a collection of so many incredible things that Hashem did for us. And if we didn't stop and recognize each small piece could be overlooked, we need to realize just how many things our parents do for us. And your Rebbeim teachers, think about how many worksheets you got every year of school. You might not have been happy about every single worksheet that you got, but every one takes a long time to create. And how long does it take to grade? And how long does it take to prepare a lesson? And how many hours did Rabbi G. Grossman spend on creating an incredible lunch program where you were able to be leaders every single day? And to create a Shine program? How many Band-Aids and ice packs did Mrs. Tamir give you over the years? How many times did she call home? And of course, we have to remember that everything we have, because everything that we get from anyone, all comes from Hashem. We don't know Hashem's plans for why the coronavirus needed to come. But one positive step that came about as a result of the virus is that we can appreciate so much of what we previously have taken for granted. So much that used to be normal and expected is just not normal and expected anymore, and we have newfound appreciation for it. Boys, please take the opportunity, appreciate what you have. You have so many kochos that Hashem has given you, so many strengths, so much being given to you. Please take what you have, take what you've been given, and fly, and bring us incredible nachas. Mazel tov. The next part of our program is going to be giving out the diplomas, and in addition to the diploma, a beautiful gift, which is a personalized sitter to every student. In order to maintain social distancing, we're going to be staggering the graduates. We're going to be sending some from the one end and some from the middle. You'll be prompted by either Rabbi Grossman or Rabbi Errol as to when you should be coming up. There's going to be a photographer on hand who will be able to take a picture of each graduate as they come up. Please don't leave your cars. The photographer is going to take a picture of the graduate. I'm going to ask that the graduates, there's 2 tables set up next to me with the diplomas and the sitter. It may take you a moment to find your diploma and sitter. Please find it and then come up to the stage for your picture, which will be shared with you afterwards. Israel Suiza. Israel is known for being sweet, hardworking, and a wonderful friend. Gabriel Friedlander. Gabriel is known to be responsible, a hard worker with beautiful midos. Mazel tov. Eliyahu Asulin. Loyal, mature, and loves to participate. Mazel tov. Tovia Dreyfus. Passionate, hardworking, and contributes so much to the class. Mazel tov. Gabriel Yechieli. mature, well-spoken, and respectful. Mazel tov, Gabriel. Yonatan Abramov. A hard worker who is mature and kind. Mazel tov, Yonatan. Kobe Franklin. Creative, fun-loving, and very caring. Mazel tov, Kobe. Elia Toledano. A good friend, a hard worker who has come so far. Mazel tov, Elia. Isaac Pisati. Kind, thoughtful, and loves to participate. Mazel tov, Isaac. Benjamin Rosenberg. Kind, friendly, and loves to learn. Mazel tov, Benjamin. Avram Yitzchak Hollander. Respectful, kind, and loves to learn. Mazel tov, Avram Yitzchak. David Gluck. A great student who is fun and has beautiful midos. Mazel tov, David. David Handel. A sensitive boy who is loyal with a good heart. Mazel tov, David. Dovi Saperman. Studious, kind, and very growing. Mazel tov, Dovi. Avi Goldman. A strong student who is sweet and has beautiful midos. Mazel tov, Avi. Mordechai Barda. A sweet boy and a nice friend who has grown in so many ways. Mazel tov, Mordechai. Avi Lax. A good friend, easygoing, with a great sense of humor. Mazel tov, Avi. Yuri Zainis. Creative, sweet, and fun-loving. Mazel tov, Yuri. David Pomerantz. An original thinker who is kind and respectful. Mazel tov, David. Chaim Herman. Kind, sensitive, and prepared to work. Mazel tov, Chaim. Let's have another big round of honking, I guess, for the class of Tuf Shin Pei. For the final part of our program, we're going to watch another video presentation that's going to be a beautiful recap of this year as well as earlier experiences that the boys had with us here in Torah Samis. Again, I'd like to thank Rabbi Schiff, who simply continues to outdo himself time and time again. Again, I'll invite the staff to take their chairs a little bit out into the middle so that we could watch the presentation ourselves.
נתת לי, ביקשתי בת, נתת לי, ביקשתי בית עם המון ברכה, למשפחה, את הפרנסה, נתת לי, את הבריאות, נתת לי, וגם את כל החסד בחיי, עד לי די, אבל אני יודע שיש עוד דבר, והוא בעצם העיקר. התפללתי ושמעת, נתת לי הכל. נתת לי בנים, נתת לי בנות, אני מאוד רוצה מכל אחד לראות הרבה נחת, הרבה נחת. נתת לי בנים, נתת לי בנות, אני מאוד רוצה מכל אחד לראות הרבה נחת, הרבה נחת. ביקשתי בן, נתת לי, ביקשתי בת, נתת לי, ביקשתי בית עם המון ברכה, למשפחה, את הפרנסה, נתת לי, את הבריאות, נתת לי, וגם את כל החסד בחיי, עד בלי די, אבל אני יודע שיש עוד דבר, והוא בעצם העיקר. נתת לי בנים, נתת לי בנות, אני מאוד רוצה מכל אחד לראות הרבה נחת, הרבה נחת. נתת לי בנים, נתת לי בנות, אני מאוד רוצה מכל אחד לראות הרבה נחת, הרבה נחת. ויזכו לראות בנים, בנים ובני בנים, עוסקים בתורה ובמצוות ובמצוות. ויזכו לראות בנים, בנים ובני בנים, עוסקים בתורה ובמצוות ובמצוות. אני יודע שיש עוד דבר, והוא בעצם העיקר. נתת לי בנים, נתת לי בנות, אני עומד ומבקש, אני רוצה לראות הרבה נחת, הרבה נחת. נתת לי בנים, נתת לי בנות, אני מאוד רוצה מכל אחד לראות הרבה נחת, הרבה נחת. ויזכו לראות בנים, בנים ובני בנים, עוסקים בתורה ובמצוות ובמצוות. ויזכו לראות בנים, בנים ובני בנים, עוסקים בתורה ובמצוות ובמצוות.
Each day we enter school, proud to be a part of something where we all belong.
Handing over all the tools, set out with the goal of one thing, that we're growing strong. You encourage us to climb, reaching for our full potential. Give us what we need, making sure that we will shine. You impart what's most essential, so that we can lead.
And you will watch us grow and grow and grow, even more than you could ever know. Oh, here we are, we're building generations. We will go far as leaders of our nation. YTCT, Yeshiva is the place where it starts and it lasts for eternity.
foundation strong. Self-worth feels the impact from all we have done. Tending to our every child, make them feel like they are in fact our only one.
And you will watch us grow and grow and grow, even more than you could ever know. Oh, here we are, we're building generations. We will go far as leaders of our nation. YTCT, Yeshiva is a place where it starts and it lasts for eternity. Oh, here we are, Torah science, Torah sadness. We will go far with Torah guiding every step. YTCT, Yeshiva is a place where it starts and it lasts for eternity. Working as a team. YTCT. We will achieve our dreams.
A world we've known that uplifts our entire community.
A second home, yes, it's clear that we're part of a family. Oh, here we are, we're building generations. We will go far as leaders of our nation. YTCT, Yeshiva is a place where it starts and it lasts for eternity. Working as a team. YTCT. We will achieve our dreams. YTCT.
Okay, before our program ends, 3 announcements. One is that unfortunately, one graduate did not make it. We did want to make note. We hope that he was able to watch. Unfortunately, he was not able to make it. Family was away. But Ari Sharabi has been a huge part of our class, fun-loving, friendly, and creative. And Be'ezus Hashem, we wish you a lot of atzlacha along with everyone else. Before we dismiss everyone, 2 announcements. One is that the teachers, Rabbi Arel and Mrs. Shuker, who have, as you've heard from the boys themselves, invested so much time, effort, and work into our graduates, they're going to be coming over to the cars with our grad bags, a little bag with some graduation parting gifts. Once everyone receives their bags, we're going to invite everyone. You have 2 options. You're going to continue down the carpool line. You can either exit directly to 163rd Street. There is a photographer available for a photo booth to take a picture with the family. If you would like, you're welcome to do that as well. But we do encourage everyone to continue. We would like to make it safe and speedily so that we can prepare for the next class as they have their graduation. Mazel tov again, everyone, and hatzlacha rabba in the future and in middle school.